morning. Uh, in fact, let's say this project started around 1 year ago as a reflection how to create jobs in our society in Africa. I started, let's say, studying what's happening in my city where I live and where I work. My city is called Beaubassin-Rosil, and to do that, today there's more and more young unemployed everywhere. We try to have a survey and get the reasons, the demographics, the education of these guys, and we started this way. Next. Yeah, this is where I live. There's roughly 110,000 people. Businesses and mainly SMEs. Mauritius, it's very small, 1.3 million people. The biggest IT company is an SME on the global market. And we're not talking only about IT, but all the SMEs doing whatever stuff, micro, small, and medium. So I created a social enterprise called Zenways. My own company is EDS Enterprise Data Services, which is, let's say, 18 years old now, which is more a technology integrator. And I hired some guys, some new, next slide, please. These young unemployed, to work in different sectors, to study market in different sectors. Some guys, for example, were studying the entrepreneurs, what's happening, others students, others artists. And this way, slowly, we created something. I understood this is called civic tech. Found this on the web. And this is our project, where the citizen is at the core. A citizen is as I saw yesterday in some slides from IGA, a citizen can be an entrepreneur, can be a civil servant, can be, work in different jobs. And we continue this way. Next slide, please. Let's say we have a quick presentation, then a quick demo. What we have in the citizens module is where people can meet virtually on forums, on communities, and discuss on what's happening in their city, in their areas, and participate in the life of their areas. For example, in my town, we have several committees on security, environment, youth, sports, etc. I'm personally responsible for the security part. There's some 10, 12 people in this committee, and we discuss how can we secure and have a better city. For example, in my city, we don't have any CCTV cameras. But of course, there are, robberies, etc., and crimes. So what we can do? We can, for example, at home, put one camera accessible to the public service. Have other cameras to secure my personal premises, and one outside. Where I work in my office, we have one camera, which is, let's say, giving live video feeds of what's happening on the main roads. And this can be stored on the police or municipality services. The idea is, if we have 300 guys like this, okay, we can start securing our zone. Okay? Report issues, which is quite common in Europe. You take your mobile phone, there's a broken pavement somewhere, you choose broken pavement, automatically it is sent to municipality, a fallen tree or electricity, water problem, such kind of things. Chat and forums, share tools and equipment. You're looking for a car share, you don't want to buy a car share, you need for half an hour, a neighbor can give it to you. The Women Entrepreneurs Association. No, this should be an entrepreneur, but anyway, I'm also supporting the women's entrepreneur and help them, let's say, reorganize and manage their stuff. Next slide. Yeah, the entrepreneurs. As I said, who can create jobs if it is not the SMEs and the entrepreneurs? But for them to create jobs, they need to sell more. To sell more, they need to get access to a new market. Okay? I'll give one example. A lady doing spices in the area where I live, in the Association of the Women Entrepreneur, she's working alone. But she starts to sell more. Then she can hire, let's say, a neighbor, someone. And slowly, by, slowly creating such kind of awareness, you can start create small jobs. I would say that I don't agree that an SME will buy a laptop more expensive than a big company. It is not normal. A bank will buy a laptop, for example, this Model X, whatever, at $800. An SME will pay $1,000. It is not normal. But what can we do to reverse it? So we have developed something called a group buying module. It is not completed, but OK, the framework is this. And the SME can say, OK, I wish to buy a laptop model Dell, whatever stuff. OK, the price is $1,000, for example. Other SMEs can join in and finally start from one and go up to 50 laptops. Then the guys, the companies who sell laptops can, let's say, can bid. Then we're developing an e-procurement system for SMEs requirements. This is not about laptops only. It could be wheels for a Toyota car. It could be whatever stuff. It could be tools for the small entrepreneurs, a drilling machine or whatever. Okay? An accelerator program, because I've discussed also with the European Commission in Mauritius, and how we can work together to help these SMEs and women entrepreneurs associations. Then we're setting up some kind of accelerator program for the existing guys. And of course, startups, IT startups. In my country, there's no real, or it is very new, in fact, support to startups. But startups, there are only, I think, 2 or 3 for the time being, accelerator programs or incubators. But how can we do that in our locality? Because I believe if people work where they live, it will be much better for a lot of things, transport issues and, And, of course, how to finance this is to start with crowdfunding for some projects and crowd lending for startups and entrepreneurs. In the Environment Committee, in the Citizen module, let's say discussion is going on how we can have our main road, which is the most flourished area, let's say, in the city. You need money for that. Okay? But if you have 1,000 people giving 100 rupees is, let's say, $3, we do that. Such kind of small activities. Next, please. Yeah, in fact, the students, this came, in fact, a few months ago. University students in our country don't have real exchange platforms. So they asked us to build something to help them. It started with one university and how they can share between the students, except on Facebook, but let's say professional platforms, discuss specific topics on forums for mathematics or whatever, get internships where they can apply for internships, where companies can, can post requirements for interns. And very recently, there is ISEC, which is an international association of students, I think, around 45,000 students worldwide. They contacted us and said, hey, guys, but why can we work together? Because they send students on interns worldwide, from any country to any country where they are represented. In fact, just last week, there's one guy studying analytics from India and a young lady from Singapore. They just joined us in Mauritius, sent by ISEC. And it is just starting, in fact. Okay? And of course, the same group buy model applies for students also, how they can buy for less by grouping their requirements. Okay. Artists. Artists is a major issue, in Africa in general. It is not really recognized. as an activity. Of course, you have Hollywood, Bollywood, and Anywood, but in Africa, there's nothing. It is not an economy. How together we can start building this economy. These new artists, these artists who are unknown, how to make them known within the country, within the continent, so that they can start sharing. So we have built a small platform, and which is going to be developed, where the artists can expose, let's say, an extract, 1 minute extract of their song or whatever, where the painters can, in a virtual gallery, expose their stuffs, sculptors also, and when there will be a critical mass, move on e-commerce. Okay? Not only within the country, and let's say Mauritius, Ghana, Senegal, other countries are already, there is a critical mass, they can exchange on a higher platform. And tourists come in these countries. And very often the tourists who come do not know really where to go and buy, or doesn't have time, he's on business. But they can buy online tomorrow and get delivered in the hotel. Okay, next please. Okay, e-democracy. Mr. Serge talked a bit about it this morning. It's about, let's say, citizens engaging in the society. And let's say, for example, this is in Mauritius. It's an extract, let's say. It's about our budget, which is going to be presented, let's say, very soon. It's organized in law and order, ICT, SMEs, healthcare, etc., where people can post their suggestions to government. And it is sent automatically to the appropriate, let's say, area in government, where people can suggest anything about the budget, new laws. Create, for example, we don't have a Freedom of Information Act in Mauritius. This is a hot topic. And people start discussing, start sharing the ideas. Some guys are more knowledgeable than others, some lawyers, whatever. Then try to build this act together, exchange, and see, let's say, what happened. I think the citizen today can influence his society and, let's say, towards the politicians. This section is made for this. Next, please. And of course, open data, yes. Open data is not yet available in Mauritius. Yesterday, Madame Permanent Secretary spoke about that. But it will be available in the coming months. There's around 50 data sets, I think, coming in the next 10 months, and a total of 250 that are planned for the coming years. Okay, public services. I didn't listen to the Estonian one-stop shop before doing that, but in something it resembles. Okay, on the emergency contacts, it's about what we call E999. It's a new application that will be launched very soon, resembling a bit in Europe, it is 112, I think. Emergency connect directly to fire, to police, to SAMU, etc., etc. But here it is, yes, geolocation based, where you are, you have an issue, you need to call the police, directly the closest police station gets in contact, such kind of things. Municipality is connecting to municipality. We have 10 municipalities in Mauritius, 5 district councils and 5 municipalities, and connect directly with the e-services of the municipality. We did not develop the e-services of the local governments or municipalities, but we connect directly with them. Okay? And government services, it is in fact the one-stop shop where you can select health, police, or whatever services existing, and from this area go directly to connect to a police system, book an appointment for driving license or whatever, or fill in a form, etc. Next, please. Okay. The short and medium term, yes, in fact, is anyway, it's to create jobs. The final issue is to create jobs, and I'm also actually discussing with some African countries and organizations to create together what we call Africa Cooperation Enterprise, where African countries can start collaborating on projects. For example, my association, Meteor, I signed 2 months ago an agreement with Gascom from Ghana so that we can start working together on projects. and 2 other countries in Africa and other regions where we're discussing the same thing, because together we'll have the resources to do projects in our different areas. Next one. Yeah, it's more about, let's say, I already said this, South-South cooperation and moving to Africa. Can you move on the demo, please, the website? Okay. Today, can you just touch on the choose your country? Right hand. There are some countries who are already, with whom I already have some discussions. Within the next, I say, 4 or 5 months, there will be 2 African countries and 2 Indonesian countries already on board, trying to convert and adapt with the different countries' requirements. But anyway, the global framework adapts to almost any country. Okay. Can you just go down? Scroll down. No, yeah. Oops. Below this. Yeah. Okay, roughly this is what it looks like. The committee, the reports, going to service providers. There's around 1,800 SMEs and service providers already registered, let's say, in my city, Bobasan Rosillo, I was saying. The Students' Corner, a bit below. Can you go down? Yep. Roughly what I was discussing. Okay. I just complete with a small video. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions? No questions? Okay, so Google and
Exactly.
and other resources make it available. And as I understand, it's possible to implement in a number of countries, not only in Africa.
Yes, but let's say we started first only in my city. Then, okay, why not move it national level? Then got some requests from some African countries. That's it, moving forward.
Yeah, very good. I have to admit there are a number of good ideas in it. So, question? Yes, please. The question comes from here, and microphone also.
Yeah, I'm interested in your motto, connecting small cities to mega cities. We've been trying to do that, but not small cities, but villages to the mega cities in Indonesia. We have 74,910 villages. The problem is, recently, actually, we have a program of digital ID, but unfortunately being corrupted. $300 million. So maybe can be failed. So the problem is when the state structure corrupt, is it possible to connect through digital technology to connect village communities directly to mega cities in other countries, skipping the state structure and focusing more on the horizontal networking among 74,000 villages with the capital of Mauritius, with Tallinn. And so we're just skipping not only bureaucracy, but state structure itself. Thank you very much. In the democratic and collaborative society, as you said. Thank you.
Let's say it's an application built from a private sector perspective, from a citizen perspective. Okay? When the citizen decides something, at a moment in time, I believe that the political will have to. Yeah. One. Secondly, about the connecting the small cities to mega cities, last month I was in Boston discussing the two big universities over there, and we're discussing actually with one of them how to help African countries together in this connection of megacities and small. There will be an event for Africa, in Africa, maybe around August, that will be announced, one of these two big guys.
Only in Africa or around?
No, I mean, this one will be in Africa. I know they have other stuffs in Asia, in other regions, okay? To start creating this bonding. For example, in Mauritius, we don't have sufficient trained IT guys. But we need to move forward, all right? In 2000, we had around 4,000 IT people in the country. Today, we have 25,000. If we say 4,000 to 25,000, all right? But the population is only 1.3. 1.3 million. Then we need to get guys from abroad to come in. How to connect and create and start, continue advancing. And this is the same thing in many other cities in Africa.
So just skip it, yeah? Skip the structure.
Well, I think that in a more philosophical level, it's not possible to skip just like that all the states, because we need them to approve and to work out the legal framework to unite all these cities in different countries. And then we can go on. And also, if we talked about availability of data for all member states in previous session, that also means working out all this legal framework. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.